first and foremost thing that you have to look at while giving a feedback is that you have to create a very positive environment so that the subordinate feels that yes, this person is interested in me. He feels that yes, I can open up, I can be transparent, and I can get a feedback for the future. I think these are certain things that the manager should look at, but primarily creating a positive environment and keeping the entire conversation in a very positive tone will ensure that the feedback session goes very well.
The sandwich approach, which means you give the good news, give the bad news, then give the good news again.
The art of giving feedback is to focus on the activity, on the actions, and not on the individual. And a performance feedback is not necessarily only at the time of appraisal. It has to be done as and when necessary so that the people can correct themselves immediately. Okay, each team member should be told what he is doing correctly and what he is not doing correctly. Focus and energy on what needs to be done rather than who is doing it.
First of all, when it is most required or when it is the 11th hour, there is no point in giving any feedback.
I have to ensure, or rather a good manager has to ensure that when is he giving feedback.
Okay.
Of course, giving feedback time has to be substantial enough for the person to change as to whatever is required by the company or rather by his reporting officer. So the feedback should constitute first of all the right time, the right wordings, and unnecessarily not intrude in his personal life. So that I think that is very critical about the feedback.
If I were to put it in one word, it would be honesty. The key to good feedback is honesty. A lot of times we make the mistake that feedback means only the good things. I don't think you can harm a person more than telling him only the good things and sort of glossing over the negative. And one must remember that if you are honest, your vibes get through, and your subordinate or your team member will pick up the fact that you're giving him feedback out of the bottom of your heart through an honest kind of appraisal, and he will appreciate it.
The best way of giving feedback is the SBI method, which is a situation, behavior, impact method. When you give a feedback, you must be able to give a very specific situation where a behavior was observed, so that the employee can relate to that situation, and then you explain the behavior. What was the impact on you because of that behavior? On the competency based behavior, it is very straightforward, where you discuss with the employee his shortfalls in the competency, and if it can be backed up by some research or some methodology which you have followed. Suppose it's competency based, if you know that the customer focus is low, then that comes out from a research rather than your observation, and then you tell situations where his customer focus can improve. So that's more of a developmental based feedback which you give to the employee, which is very, very important, so that the employee knows that yes, the manager and the organization is concerned about my development, my future development and my career growth. So those kind of feedbacks are also very important.
I think feedback has to be extremely timely and pertinent, to the point. You should not shy away from giving feedback, because that's how a person learns. The manager's feedback is what really guides him. That is a navigation tool for him. The important thing is that you do the feedback in a right manner. Never do it in a manner which demotivates him. For example, I would never do a feedback session in front of people. I would always say that, look, these are certain things that have not worked with you, but you have the potential to do them right. And if you apply yourself doing ABC, you'll get it right.
See, the best way to do this is both proactive and second is a preventive. Whenever people are doing things, too often we do not have the tendency to give negative feedback. All of us give positive feedback. If something is not there, we gloss over it. Do not keep on giving only negative feedback, do not keep on giving only positive feedback. And while giving feedback, second thing is, let's keep it simple. Let's try to pick up one issue at a time, fix it up, and then we move on to the next issue.
If we make it too formal to give kind of honest feedback to people, they may not like it. leader should be able to know what kind of style of giving feedback will suit each team members. People should feel motivated to come to the leader and ask for the input.